Hey my friends, so we are off on another adventure. We're heading to Mono Lake and other things and doing our first real kind of overlanding trip, because on this trip we have a new rooftop tent. You want to show them, Monica? So that is a Falcon model from the company Roof Nest. We just got it last week, mounted it up. There'll be a whole review of that whole thing to come on the channel. And my only real concern, honestly, is miles per gallon and wind noise. We will see what we get. I don't know. But also, since this is the first time we're really fully like kitted out for spending a few days out in the wild, we're gonna go do something special here. Monica doesn't even know what we're about to do. So one of the cute tricks any car geek in Silicon Valley should know is that right by the San Jose airport, there's this big paper recycling plant. And so they weigh the trucks coming in on this scale. So there's this spot right here where the big rigs pull up and they weigh them. And so all we have to do, and it's on all the time, and so on the weekends especially, there's nobody around, and we can pull right on, and it says 5,900 pounds. Let's go out and take a look. So it says 5,540, so I guess if you do the math, then you can figure out how much we weigh. And 5,540, if I remember from what I last weighed the truck, that's around like 500 to 700 pounds more. So there we go. That's it, fully loaded with the rooftop tent. Oh my God, so we're staring into the sun. Yeah. Where's your sunglasses?
Oh my head.
That works better. All right, let's hit the road and get rocking.
Cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way, when all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the raging sky and up a cloudy draw.
So we're stuck in the queue to get into Yosemite Valley right now because it's Labor Day weekend, and I gotta tell you, this is one of those times when it's just so nice. We're just kind of rolling along in electric mode, and also even on this relatively winding road, the autopilot is handling it just fine, so it's driving for me. So we're just kind of poking along, chatting and shooting video and whatever, but this is definitely the way to roll through a long Congo line, no doubt.
Their brands were still on fire and their hoops were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath they could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky. He saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry.
All right, so here we are in this freaking awesome campsite we found with Overlander, and this is our new rooftop tent. There it goes. What a view! This is gonna be awesome. So that wraps day one of our little adventure. Enjoying a beer here. Well, Monica is flouring a sausage back there before putting it on the grill. We're at this amazing little overlook over Mono Lake that we found using the Overlander app. Fantastic. Incredible freaking view. There are some mild annoyances of some flies buzzing around, but it's
honestly, it's barely worth mentioning. The view is just so stunning. The wind has now died as the sun is just starting to go down. As you can see up there behind me, we have our new rooftop tent pulled up, our Roof Nest Falcon. There's our electric cooler, which is god-awful, like 10 years old. It's starting to make really unfortunate noises. I need to replace that sometime soon. And all our junk in the truck. Truck did great. We were kind of worried about gas mileage, right, with the rooftop tent on, which one of the nice things about the Falcon is that it's very thin. Most rooftop tents are, say, 10, 12 inches, even more than 12 inches sometimes, the ones that fold up and become more than just a simple clamshell. And but the Roof Nest Falcon is it's an aluminum shell. It's not plastic, and it's only 6.5 inches thick. And so that's awesome because it actually slides underneath the garage door at our house, which is awesome. But B, gas mileage wise, it was fantastic through our whole highway drive for the first, say, half of our trip. About 75, 80 miles or so, essentially across California, doing 70 miles an hour. We got 30 miles per gallon, which is what we normally get with our Volvo XC60 T8. That was just freaking awesome. Now, that being said, after that kind of run across the flatlands of California, then of course we climbed up through the Sierras. We hit this amazing backup. So it's the first day, it's Saturday of Labor Day weekend. So everything of course is totally full. All campgrounds are full and that kind of stuff. And so that's why we're doing this kind of overlanding in this kind of wild camp spot, because nobody's here. And we actually have one of those amazing campsites ever. Nobody's here and it's Labor Day weekend. But the downside is that the backlog just to like get in to Yosemite Park was about 45 minutes. It was literally bumper to bumper, uphill, twisty mountain roads. Now, it was kind of cool because the autopilot handled it beautifully, and we had seen it coming. I expected it, and so I held a bunch of battery, and so we essentially rolled along for most of that time just in battery alone. So that was cool. So that whole uphill climb all the way up to Tioga Pass. At Tioga Pass, we had like 22 miles per gallon, which is still freaking awesome. Our old Pathfinder, it got 15 on a good day. And on that kind of run with a roof tent on top, it would have been doing like 12 or 13 or something like that. Anyway, so while I've been yakking away here, Monica has been making some fantastic food. And there she is with her awesome camera, taking some shots of the beautiful views of the lake. Check that out. Check that out, my friends. But also having lots of fun with my new drone.
It's going to buzz us. Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. I don't think this is a great idea, Maverick.
DJI Mavic 2. And actually what's holding the camera right now, the Steadicam holding my cell phone right now, that's a DJI Osmo. Seriously, these DJI folks, they know their shit. I think that covers all the stories. Oh, one more story for today. So coming up, we went up Old Priest Grade. So there's this spot coming up from like China Camp, which is kind of old gold country stuff, and kind of climbing up into the foothills. And so there's this new road they put in, which is quite long and kind of nice and placid and whatever. And there's the old road, which is called Old Priest Grade. And it's this super steep, like 7% grade for like 10 miles. It wasn't that much. It was more like 3 or 4 miles. Anyway, very uphill. Very, very steep. And so I took, of course, honestly, I'm way down with a lot of weight, including a lot of weight on top. So it's not exactly in a sporty mode, but I went ahead and put it in a sport mode, lowered the suspension down, stiffened up the shocks, give me all the throttle response, and we went charging up that hill, and it was a hoot. It was a blast. But that is that. And so Monica's about done getting dinner ready. In case you think I'm a total loser here for sipping beer while Monica cooks, I did do all the driving today. And also, I might add, she is a freaking awesome cook. And that wraps up day one. So tomorrow, first thing, we're going to head over to Bodie, check that out, then head south and try to find some more tufa around the lake, and then continue on south, heading down to Death Valley to the Sidling Valley Warm Springs. So that will be day 2. Thanks for coming along. Cheers, mates.
Their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, their shirts were soaked with sweat. He He's riding hard to catch that herd, but he ain't caught them yet. 'Cause they gotta ride forever in that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride on, hear they cry.
It just went up to 115, by the way. So we're about 40 miles from the nearest paved road. We can actually see the Saline Valley hot springs there in front of us in the distance, or kind of the valley here, the Saline Valley. And while at the high pass that we came in up to kind of the north, got down to about 90 degrees or so. Down here in the valley, it is 115 right now outside. Outside here, it's like a freaking oven. The low tonight is supposed to be like 70. So like tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, before the sun rises, it's gonna be 70. So it's gonna be a toasty night.
Ghost riders in the sky.
It's morning next day, and we are still here.
And most importantly, our tent is still here. And the car.
Our tent and car is still here, and we didn't end up in Alice in the Wonderland. Like where?
I was thinking Oz.
Oh, it's Wizard of Oz somewhere.
Ghost riders in the sky.
Yeah, my friends, so we're starting off day 3 here. It's Monica's turn to drive for a little bit. And so the hot springs last night, there's not much footage from it to share, honestly, because A, it was crazy windy, and so we couldn't really talk without a real microphone. Also, it was like 110 and all the cool hot springs, and so honestly, there was not a lot of clothing going around, and it was a wonderful time. It was actually great, and the wind kept going all night long until like hurricane, a heat hurricane. It was like a blow dryer blowing on you all night long, but now we are heading out south down Saline Valley, and we're heading down to a very special place to remember Lieutenant Walker. More on that in about 40 miles.
The riders rode on by him, and he heard one call his name. If you wanna save your soul from hell, or ride on a rain, then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, trying to catch this devil's herd across these endless skies.
All right, we made it back to the paved road, almost 100 miles worth of off-roading there, about 50-ish from the hot springs. Monica was totally rally-girling along this last
That was
stretch
awesome.
here, doing like 50, 60 miles an hour. We've got a lot of cool drone footage and stuff, so I hope you appreciate that little montage. And let's rock on to our very last stop point for our little adventure here. All right, so that wraps up our little 3-day trip. We're at the last stop here. You know, between ghost towns and Death Valley and that kind of stuff, it kind of seemed almost a hair fitting to come to the site of the plane crash recently here at Star Wars Canyon. Lieutenant Walker and his F-18 went down here.
you know, so it goes. But he was serving his country and presumably doing what he loved, so not a bad way to go. And this is technically it's Rainbow Canyon, and we're at Father Crawley Point, and the road out to the actual point is closed at this point. And but yeah, there's the canyon back behind us. And it actually was raining on us a little bit as we came down here, but this is it for the adventure. We're gonna head on down to Panamint Springs to get some lunch and a restroom, and then hit the road. We got a long drive home, about 9 hours-ish or so.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be home before midnight.
Fingers crossed. Take care.